Hello everybody, this is Mark Edward Blanton from the Real South Africa, and welcome back to our channel. Today we have a special episode. Well, all our episodes are special, but this one here is we have several guests here and they actually had the chance to meet. And today, or in this video, is Zariyah's birthday, so we decided to come together and just spend a little time and just wish her a happy birthday and just have a great discussion about coming to South Africa, why they came, just a whole plethora of things. So I feel you will enjoy it and you probably will take something from it, but you can also leave comments and wish her a happy birthday as well. Hello everyone, this is Mark Blanton from the Real South Africa, and I just want you guys to know that we have wonderful trips specifically designed for us to come to South Africa and enjoy all of this. We're the only company in South Africa and probably in the world that's marketing directly to the African American community and the diaspora. So we would love for you guys to go to our website, The Real South Africa. We would love for you to go to our YouTube channel to get more information. Just go to YouTube, put in The Real South Africa, and you will see some of our videos. But we would love to have you here, and the South Africans would love to have you here as well. So go ahead and book your trips today and visit The Real South Africa.
The reason I am here is because I wanted to have my first experience of the real South Africa for my birthday.
Okay.
So this is going to be just my first visit and the beginning of a few more until I get ready to move.
Okay.
So my plan is to move here to start my cafe, find out more about my heritage from the Morocco side of things.
Okay.
Because
Moroccan?
okay, so let me explain it like this. We talked about that earlier, didn't we?
Oh, so she's black.
So I am a descendant of the Barbary pirates. I'm a Barbary, and before Morocco became called Morocco in Algiers and Cameroon, it was called the Barbary Coast.
Yeah.
So those were my descendants. So I would love to find out more about my heritage from that aspect of visiting the area. And then the other side of me, which is my mother, her family was from Paris, France, and their last name is Noisetti. Okay, so during pandemic, I have found out so much. I found out that there's a whole group of animals called Barbary.
Yeah.
Needless to say, I was blown away. There's Barbary lions, Barbary apes, monkeys, goats. I mean everything. It is. And what I found out about the Barbary lion, which is very interesting, the Barbary lions were loners. Okay, and they would mate them with other lions because they were the biggest and strongest lions that there ever were. And so when I found out like how they operated, like most prides will have like a pride or several. There's always just one, maybe two. I know. And it's crazy because my family as the Barbarys, for a long time, we thought that we were the only ones because we literally grew up not knowing anybody from the Barbary clan other than my father's siblings.
Yeah.
And so one year I just decided to like go through the phone and say, give me any number with Barbary. And as I'm calling them, nobody believes I'm a Barbary because they also think that they're the only ones.
Did you call it, remember back in the day you used to call it operator?
I did. That's exactly what I did. I did. Girl, my bill was so high that month, okay? My bill was so high that month, but it was worth it. When I was done, I had a sheet this long of Barbaries, okay? Wow. Now get this is how weird they did, which is why the Barbary lion thing is so interesting, right? But guess what the one connection was? My father was probably like in his 90s at that time. My father was 101 years old when he passed away. And he walked me down the aisle the month before. My father remembered everything. He never had like dementia or anything. He still remembered things when he was 7. I might not remember something that happened last month, okay? I'm so serious, but he remembered everything. And so when I'm calling them, they're like, well, the only connection that we knew we had this uncle or we had this grandfather, whatever, and he was about 100 years old, and I'm like, that's my dad. Can you imagine when I say this, because they think they're the only ones, everybody starts screaming and hollering, crying and everything. Oh my God, we're not the only ones. We have family. So I thought it was very interesting to find out that this lion was a loner because I just felt like all of us have just kind of been alone, in that sense. And so I really want to, find out more about that. I did my DNA and it did take me back to the Cameroon, Portugal, and European, which would be my mother's side, of course. So, I mean, I've always wanted to come to Africa, but now even more so, I feel like there's even a greater reason to come, to explore, because now I've done so much research on it. I remember there were times that I talked to Latasha and I would tell her certain things. She was like, I didn't even know that, because I was really serious about it. When we put our minds to something, we go all in, because I wanted to know every aspect as much as I could. And so for me, when I came across your first video, and it's like, real South Africa, I got to look at this and check this out. And from the moment that I saw the first video, it was just like, oh my God, you know what I mean? It was just like that connection of everything that I needed to know, and I've just watched video after video. And it's been very educational and helpful in that way because you've done videos about so many different things. Excuse me 1 second. Hold on just a second, babe, okay?
She okay.
All right. So, that's right. So with that being said, just the experience and getting the knowledge from you guys, like, for example, when you did the real estate video or when you did the video about insurance, all of those things. And I'm like, I'm making notes in my book, just to make sure that I know everything because I wanted to be prepared. And I think every Black person should at least come to Africa once in their life just to have that experience to say, I came back home And I know what that feels like now. I know what it looks like. And I'm no longer deceived by what I've been told and what I saw on TV.
So then you look around and you see that everybody seems to be okay.
Everybody's okay. It looks like us. Look, I feel right at home.
And there's more of us.
Exactly. And that's a wonderful feeling to know that there's more of us and less of anybody else. That's the best part about the whole situation.
Well, what I think it's interesting.
Right. Well, it's really interesting that she speaks about the barber because the barbers because there's this song that we sing in this it's a whole little speech that's said when people are retiring from the Navy because I'm prior Navy. I retired.
That's your issue. It was something.
And they have. There's a stanza in there that talks about the Barbary, how we, went in and did the things with the Barbary on the Barbary coasts. So to hear that she is a descendant of there, but she's an American, it's kind of like, wow, there's so much history there that she probably could learn just from going through naval books, for there in America anyway. So. But just for her own bloodline, I'm not trying to put nothing. I mean, this is not anything that's classified or top secret or any of that. So I have to put that disclaimer out there.
You guys are horrible.
They clown with us. So, I have to put it out there. Since I started talking,
So you was Navy, or this is Navy, or it's
I was Navy.
That name was something.
You were Army?
Yeah, that's a Marine.
That was old. What is happening?
We up in here. That's all right. It's good to have the second largest service here.
I mean, but
Yeah, it's okay. It's good.
But it's good to have the best.
Yeah, I know.
We take care of them. They're part of the Navy, so
Yeah, that's good.
You're outnumbered.
We'll make a phone call or two. We can fix that real quick. Like,
That is hilarious.
coming all the way over here talking that crap.
About 15,000, 20,000.
Yeah.
Small people, the small force.
That's all good.
Yeah.
Oh, we got time.
Yeah. And that's funny because I've never been so I went to Djibouti and I went to Djibouti and Dubai, but Dubai is over here, but as far as Africa, only Djibouti. So I've never been in really, proper Africa.
Yeah, proper.
Yeah. So it's nice to be here and actually see it for myself, Like she was saying, a lot of military people, they never come.
And they should.
They're afraid. And I'll tell you that's what it is because when I mention it to a whole lot of my ex-military friends, they all say, for real? You going where?
We get a lot of people that were military. They think because they traveled to Germany, Korea, and all this, they've been everywhere. And I'm like, bro, I've been to all those places several times over all my years, and this is different. If it wasn't different, I wouldn't be here.
Right.
I'd be in Virginia.
And it's different in a great way. So that's the difference, right? It's different in a great way because, like you said, Spain, Turkey, all the places, Europe, all the different places. They're nice, but
very nice.
Here, I mean, it's really nice.
You love it?
I do. It's really nice. And customer service is just outstanding everywhere you go. So it kind of puts that. What is this? There's a stigma in the U.S. that all businesses they have bad customer service. You're going to get a terrible experience and a terrible product. But then you come here and you see that is like all the way far from that must be learned behavior.
Maybe.
No.
Yeah.
That must be learned behavior because here, yeah. That's learned behavior because here, everywhere that I've gone,
I didn't know they had
it's been
They just got
mainly black people, and they've given perfect,
it
wonderful,
gets better.
exceedingly good service.
It gets better too. So.
Should I cancel the appetizer?
And Lucky was great. Our tour guide,
Yeah.
Soweto, he was awesome because he gave us a lot of the history and told us about, the coming of the different people and when they came and how things happened, the different wars and stuff like that, which was really interesting to learn about.
Yeah. So it's not just, when I laugh a lot because when people in the States, I've had this conversation, they actually think that, so they'll say something like this, and it's going to sound dumb. They'll say, so do they teach black history over there?
Yeah. Then you giggle. And then she giggles.
No, for real. They're literally like, do they teach black history? So I'm like, what do you mean? I'm like, they have their own history. And then they're like, but they should know, they should just know our history, like what we've been through. And I'm like we the only ones on the planet that's been through stuff, and they got their own history, which is just as important to them than our history is to us. So it's
and not only that, it's so similar. They've gone through whatever they were doing here, they were doing there. And when I lined up the numbers, like the years, because he was telling us about the Portuguese coming here in 1490 something, and I was like, well, hell, Columbus went over there in 1492. So really what they were doing was this, and then conquering everything at the same time. And doing and implementing the same everything at the same time. That is so crazy to me. Like, let me get my teeth before I start saying too much.
Yeah, don't say too much. All that G14 classified.
Yeah, you're going to have to edit out a whole lot of this if I get to talking. It's a good thing we don't have that one.
No, we not editing no. And I'll tell you.
Tell me about this black privilege that you got.
That's right.
I was going to Starbucks. So me and this other dude, he was like, I say, it's closed? He's like, yeah, oh no, you put it up there. He say, yes, it's closed, but I already had my coffee inside. And I was like saying, I just want to get a tea. He said, okay, I'm going to tell my friend. So they was closed. So the guy came, opened the door. He was supposed to let him in. He said, you come in. So as soon as the door closed, some white people came. He said, y'all got to go. Right. I was like,
That's it right there.
I was like, whoa.
But you can talk.
Yeah. The guy was like,
Why they love it like that, man?
Love it when a plan comes together, okay?
and I was cold too.
Wow.
I was
I asked
cold.
you if you wanted hot milk or cold milk.
Huh?
I didn't ask you if you wanted hot milk or cold milk. I got both here.
A hot mug?
He brought both. 'cause he wasn't sure
What do you
which one he
prefer?
wanted.
Yeah.
A hot mug.
Yeah. Hot milk.
Oh, I don't want no milk.
Okay.
No milk.
So you know
Okay,
back in the
sure.
day when you were growing up, they used to make something called milk
No
tea.
problem, no problem.
Yeah, yeah.
Put the milk
So
in
you,
the tea.
you just want black
Leave
tea?
the milk. Leave the milk for him.
Yeah, that's right.
Leave the milk.
No, that's
No
dairy.
milk for you?
He's from Miami.
Oh, that's dairy.
He don't know what you name. He don't know
He'll be
that.
alright.
Oh, no. Everybody run up out of here, boy. Everybody run up out of here. I have to walk back to the hotel. Y'all playing. Everybody like, So that was,
That is amazing. It is. Well, what I enjoyed this
Wait a minute.
morning.
Move this over. Hey, that's the mic.
So what I enjoyed this morning in the Marriott. So we went in for breakfast, right? And all the other tables are taken by all white people. All white people and all the other tables. And so we went and we took like one of the back tables. And everyone came to check on us and were very genuine and just want to know how we were doing and, did we enjoy what we were having and was there anything that they could do for us. But I noticed because, I'm looking to see, okay, so this must be what they always do for everybody. But I noticed that they didn't do that for nobody else but us. So I was like, oh, look.
So
This
full
is
table?
nice.
Wow, they only
Nice.
came to your
Yeah, they only came there and they were like, oh, so and really, really wanted to know what our experience was. And yeah, so I had to just, this is just awesome. I had to just tell them how awesome and amazing it was. And the manager of the hotel came down with her little booklet and she came and stopped by and talked to us. And then she went to the back and I was like, y'all didn't get no stop by. I mean, everybody else like, y'all didn't get no stop by. We did.
Just me. That's all right.
That was hilarious.
That's where it should be.
But you do feel that love and you feel.
I do, yes. It's nice. It's really nice when you go places and people actually acknowledge you for some, in a good way, instead of looking down at you,
Exactly.
and wanting to,
right? Feel appreciated
because in the States when they come to our tables, it's more like they're like rushing you to hurry up.
Okay.
They're like, okay, so I'm gonna have anything else,
True.
And then if you say no, they're like, okay, well, we'll get the check. It's like, oh, okay, I guess it's time for me to go then.
Or spending any more money.
Anyway, right.
It's like a little extra.
Right, and when
I would
it
say,
does.
although the people treat us like they were supposed to on their flight, with delayed and all of that kind of stuff, they did treat us very kindly. So I flew with United.
Yeah.
So when I got here last night because of the weather, it was severe thunderstorms. Oh wow.
But I called United and I was like, I'm going to switch my ticket to Ethiopia Airlines.
Okay.
And then I flew out of Washington instead of out of New York.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I was able to get here a couple of days.
Early.
A day yesterday.
Early. Okay. But they were nice. Like, so when we got there in the airport, because we were coming in from Orlando. So when we sat down and the crew was sitting there, so they're like, well, we're the crew. You guys going to South Africa? So I said, yeah. So it's like, okay. So they were like chit-chatting with us and talking with us and everything while we were sitting there. So I thought that was really nice.
Hold on. You flew from Orlando straight to Africa?
No. From Orlando to New Jersey, to Newark, New Jersey, and then from New Jersey to here.
They flew. Yeah, I went to New Jersey. They flew past Miami.
Right. But see, I'm gonna tell you the reason why I didn't go straight from Houston, because it would have cost me like $500 or $600 more to fly straight from Houston over here. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna make a detour. I'm gonna go to Orlando and then I'll come that way. But they were very nice. When we were on the flight, like one of the stewards before I got off, they gave me a hug and everything. White lady, older lady, or whatever. Yeah. And then, yeah. And then
I saw where United, the stewardess wrong, and I was trying to tell Tati I was on boycott United.
What happened with it? Oh.
They was treating their stewardess, their black stewardess wrong.
Oh wow.
It was an Indian guy. He said that, called her, she was slow, she was a nigger and all this stuff.
Oh wow.
She reported her.
Yeah.
And they still let him come on. She was scared and all this stuff.
Wow.
I was like, what?
So see, it was like a black lady and a black man, and it was a white lady and a white man, but then there were others, you know what I mean? But they were like talking to us the whole time. They were like, we're going to look out for y'all when we get on the plane. Tell us what seat y'all at, right? So the black guy, he bringing stuff over. The other lady, she bringing stuff over to us. And by the time we got the plane, they were hugging us and stuff. And then I met these 4 white sisters. I had got up to stretch, and they were already stretching. And I said, are the 2 of you twins? And they were like, no, we're not twins. But, they just started talking to me. So it's like 4 of them there. So as they're having conversation, they're like, well, we're going to Kruger, and they start telling me about their mom passing away. So before I got off the plane, they didn't ask me for my phone number. They're like, I wish you lived closer to where we are in Milwaukee, Zariyah. But they're hugging up on me and everything like that. But that's why I said I treat everybody the same, white, whatever. You know what I mean? I'm going to be the same person. They were going to Kruger National Park to stay there in some tents or something like that.
White guys, right?
White women. 4 of them. Yeah. They're going to stay there, whatever. I'm thinking, I won't be doing that, but you have a wonderful time. Okay? So, but they were like, just all excited. So what I'm going to ask me, they say, so how you feeling about this unrest? You not afraid? I'm thinking, I'm on the plane, right? No, I'm not afraid. I'm on the plane. I'm not concerned about that. The Father takes care of me. I don't care where I am or what's going on. So, no, I'm not worried. So then one of the sisters was like, she said, now see, that's how I feel. And they always think I'm strange because I'm not worried about anything. I'm like, no, I know I'm coming to where my people are. And guess what? Something might happen to y'all. I already know ain't nothing gonna happen to me. I'm just saying, you know what I mean? I mean, you got to know where you at and where you feel comfortable. And I'm like, I'm good. You know what I mean? I don't know how you feeling, but I'm straight. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So that's the last thing that I'm, worried about or concerned about when I come here. But I just think it's so important to be able to know that you are home, regardless of what part you came from. This is a part of who we are, and some of us don't even recognize our wealth and our value about who we are. Because for so long we've been deceived and told that we're less than who we are. I was telling somebody the other day, I said, we're kings and queens. We may not get the credit or show up that way, but that's who we are. That's who he created us to be, whether you give us the credit or not. So guess what? Y'all want us to recognize who you are, but guess what? No, y'all need to recognize who we are, because y'all are in our country. Okay? Our country. Yeah, I said it right. I didn't say your country, y'all in our country. That's right. So yeah. That's right. Yeah. I'm like, don't get this twisted because y'all over here buying up everything and want to be, but y'all in our country. Just because we're somewhere else and we're scattered amongst the land, with the scripture told us that was going to happen. Okay, he told us that was going to happen, right? But we all coming back home. It might take some a little bit longer to get there, but we all coming back home. We coming back. So guess what? Don't get it twisted and think that you got some superiority somewhere. Because when we get back here, you're going to realize who's really in control. And it's not you. And it's so amazing because a lot of people don't realize how much has started here. So I mean, even the Latin dances that they do, those dances started here. The first C-section that was done, that started here. Man, I've been doing my research. I'm telling you, man, all of that stuff started here. And Europeans took it back, and started doing it. But a woman did the first C-section here in Africa. You know what I'm saying? But you don't even know that stuff. You never hear about that. I mean, black woman did the first C-section. You understand what I'm saying? There's just so much information, man, they will never tell you, and that's why you really have to learn and search out information for yourself. Our hands have been in everything. Everything that was created and done, our hands have been in it. Have touched it, girl. Don't give me the preaching up in here, okay? You better know it, for real. But we will never get the credit for it, so guess what? We got to take it. We got to take it. They're not going to give it to us, that's what I'm saying, so we got to take it. We got to take it. Because they're not going to acknowledge it in that way. Yeah. Stop lying, okay? Because you ain't lying to us, we already know. Okay, stop lying to yourself. Yeah.
I had my DNA done, I know exactly what's wrong.
Yeah.
And I was like, y'all lied about everything.
Nothing. Nothing at all. Nothing at all. And it even goes deeper than that. Even the so-called Jews that you see over there, they're not Israelites. Like I said, don't get me started, okay? They're not Israel. They are not the ones. No, they are not the ones. So all of this stuff about being a chosen one, and in Revelation says he's going to take care of those for lying and claiming to be the ones, and not the one. And then when that day come, okay, I'm gonna be doing the happy dance on that day right there, okay? Because you won't get yours. You ain't got to be lying and taking other people's stuff. Okay, claim your own. Be proud of who you are. You know what I'm saying? Meaning that exactly. Because you ain't got to destroy somebody else to be who you are. You know what I mean?
I tell you what's funny though. I'm sorry.
But yeah, so I just tell them that, and then it's like, okay, well, can you talk this over? No, I'm not going to talk. Either they want to come or they don't.
And that's what it boils down to. And that's what I had to tell my friends. Okay, I'm going.
Yeah. So and we wanted the more questions people ask, they're really not. They're looking for a reason not to go. I'm like, there's a difference in the way you ask questions.
Right.
Either you want to come.
Either you have your mindset and you're gonna come,
and you're just gonna be like, I'm just gonna see what I'm gonna find when I get there, or you're gonna be like, I'm just scared to go, or just whatever reason. I mean, I've had several people that just, what about when you start what about me, I'd be like, no, wait a minute. When you're travel ready, please give me a call.
I don't know anything like that.
But until
I'm eating dinner.
I'm like, my time is very valuable.
Yeah, I don't know what they're talking about.
And I could understand that
This is
because
South Africa. Nobody worries about this thing.
I knew I was coming to South Africa anyway. You know, it was just how was I gonna come? You know, that was it for me.
But that's
Like, okay, am I gonna come and just come figure it out when I get here, or do I want to come and then have the real South Africa figure it all out for me?
Yeah, people come in, they fall short of glory, and I just look at them. No, like for example, let me be the simple example. Like you say, we're all doing like we're doing. What we come here, they got to go to the bottom. You know, versus saying, okay,
Because they think because they think that places like this only have white people in them.
and it's too expensive.
And that's true.
And it's not.
That is true. They just go where they think all of our people. I'm like, this place is 80% black. Like we're everywhere.
Yeah.
I never even realized that is true. That may be what people are thinking.
Like, why would I go there? And they actually trying to know them. They're like, they assume that like there's it's only no it's us.
And this is
And
just.
that's what and let me tell you, when I started watching our videos, that's what I was looking at. I was like, this is South Africa? Like, everybody who was saying South Africa, they wasn't saying this. You know, so when I started seeing the videos, I was like, I gotta go.
I need to go feel that.
That's why I told them.
It is what it is.
That's what I told them. I said, I'm going no matter what. So, and then like once the stuff started happening with Zoom and all that, you're like, you still going? I said, yeah. Still going. I mean, I didn't pay my money. You know?
and the truth of the matter is, like I told you, I was like, you can like postpone if you want, but like the more you post, like how long are you gonna keep?
What's my lamb chop? Actually, I see it. Just the lamb
Did he tell you we got our own church?
Oh
No. I was like, no. Why you doing that? Hold on.
Hold on, I gotta get my picture, y'all, because you're gonna be like, hey, look what we had.
Bon appetit.
How was it, Jerome?
But you gonna get something soon.
Oh, no.
You order?
Yeah. No, but I'm just a bit amazed what they ordered.
Oh,
Is it-
okay. Lamb?
You ordered lamb too, right?
This?
No,
No, Jerome's.
I don't know.
It's different from the.
I mean, this.
it's lamb raw.
Oh, it's rum.
Yeah. Is it good?
You know, we have to take pictures
What's
because
wrong?
what ends up happening is everybody's gonna be like,
Look, you're like, no.
people
He's
don't come
a whole
when they
that.
were supposed to. They're gonna want to know. Now I'm gonna have to explain it, and if I don't have pictures, and I can't be like, yeah, this right here with like this and that, then they're gonna be like, oh well, they'll think that I'm.
Are those the sweet potatoes?
Yes, so that's yeah, I guess the butternut.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
basically like sweet potatoes.
You have to take pictures. Yeah.
All right, here comes
Yeah.
being pretty cool right now. This is where it gets real.
Oh my God, I have to take. Do you mind if I take?
Oh, you're absolutely. Very happy for you to take a picture. What did you order? A salmon? Do you want me to take the picture for you? Or you're
Yes. Oh my word. Yes, here, take a picture for me, pretty.
I'll be ready.
Thank you.
Here you go. Let me see something. Go ahead and get the little stuff. Got the little baby over there eating it. Open your eyes. There you go. There you go. Little.
Sorry, I took you guys as well.
Oh,
So, you guys can try and put your heads together. There we go. Very nice.
Welcome to South Africa and happy birthday.
oh, wonderful. Yes, happy birthday.
There you go. You know if you like it.
Thank you.
What did you order, Ma? Looks like
Chicken
pork.
burger.
What is that? Pork? Oh, okay.
Those are yours. Those are yours.
I had one of those.
The chicken burger. No, the tomatoes are yours. You ordered those. They're yours.
Oh, wow. They don't be playing around, so that's sweet potato. That's butternut.
I'm gonna cut this burger and then you can have it.
Oh, okay, yeah, no problem.
And these people don't play around, do they?
Welcome to South Africa. Thank you. Welcome to South Africa.
Okay, thank you.
You okay?
They ain't gonna be able to. They're not gonna be able to control me when I get back.
We can always go to
I
Applebee's.
already know.
You go to Applebee's, get the same thing.
Applebee's ain't got nothing on this.
At all. Not at all.
Not even a little bit, huh?
Jerome.
Not Fridays.
No, baby, those are
Not even, you know,
It's just not that color.
because
But I got regular potatoes and yours don't look like mine.
You got what?
These are regular potatoes. You got sweet potatoes.
they sweet.
Yeah.
So y'all want to taste them now.
Want to try?
Sure. Are they
Yeah,
sweet
by
potatoes?
all
Oh, I can have that, but you wasn't giving no
Are
lamb.
yours a sweet potato too?
No, mine's
Yours
regular.
regular
Oh, you want sweet potato?
Yeah, I would.
Oh,
Because
those
it
are
looks
good.
different.
Mine is regular.
Yours are regular?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what happens in the U.S., so one of my side gigs is I do mystery shopping.
Okay.
Oh, Mr. Shopper, wow.
Yes, so I go and I've done these very high class restaurants with the Hilton and you know all these different and their food is nothing like this is like way above. You know?
This
It's already way
this is just
above.
here.
Just, yeah.
Yeah, no, this is here.
Wow. Yeah.
This is just here.
And then she don't even want to eat. She says it's too pretty.
Eat up, baby girl. You can always get another one.
Yes. I mean, we in South Africa. This is how it goes in South Africa. No. I can get so comfortable with this, I won't even go home either.
You get used to it real quick. What do you want to get something soon? You order? I gotta wait for the
Thank you.
Yes, y'all, we had a great time. I'm sure you enjoyed the video. Zariyah was off the chain. We had, a nice crew, people who just met right here in South Africa. And of course, if you're going to do something, if you want it to be amplified to the next level, you need to do it here in South Africa. Of course, our travel company is poised and ready to bring you here. All you have to do is just contact us at therealsouthafrica.com. We'll have a quick discussion, and then we'll go ahead and get a package set up for you so you can have your discussion with your group. Or then again, you might come here and meet people that are already here that are having a good time. And like I said, you can go away with your story, but always think about it. Bring your DNA back to the continent. Bring it back to sunny South Africa. This is a grassroots movement that is taking storm, and like I said, us coming back to Africa is a must nowadays. So let's go ahead and take advantage of what we do have, because we are based in Johannesburg full time, so we can go ahead and sort everything out for you. So when you do get here, all you have to do is just get in the car and go to your next event. So hope to see you soon, and we will chat with you later.
Thank you so much for spending time with us today. If you like what you saw, please subscribe, and don't forget to hit the notifications button so you don't miss out on all things The Real South Africa. Thanks again.